institution. VDH, MSNBC says Iran has the upper hand. Do they?
No, they're deliberately confusing military and economic defeat with survival. The regime is alive because we choose not to issue unconditional surrender, and we do that because that would require occupation with ground troops inside Iran. And given the misadventures in the Middle East over the last half century, we don't want to do that. So we don't want to fight in Fallujah circumstances or Helmand province. We're using our Western way of war strength of enormous firepower, and we've defeated them militarily, and they're just about to collapse economically, but we don't want to go in there and dictate terms and take over the country. So now we're trying to give them a see they can play. My only suggestion is that if they're still sending their PT-like boats out in the waters of the Gulf, we can stop them, whether they're laying mines or not. If they're harassing ships, they don't have to do that. We can stop that. All the choices are in our favor, and all they have is time. Their only strategy is delay, 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 talk, 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 renegotiate, renegotiate. Left in America can encourage them and drag it out to they're on the dawn of the midterms, and then they just hope the Democrats will take power, cut off funding, and impeach Donald Trump. That's not going to happen. But that's what they think, and they think that because they have no other choices. But everybody is so paranoid that they haven't utterly surrendered, and at the same time, if we were to send troops in there to make them surrender, it would be a quagmire and we'd be criticized. So it's a very small. And it was phase two, was said we've got negotiations, and when they started dragging it out, we said here's phase three, we're going to blockade you and squeeze you economically, and we have stage four, and that is, we all know what stage four is. That's taking out bridges, grid. It's doing what Bill Clinton did in Serbia when he took out all the bridges on the Danube and all the power grid for days at a time, or what Barack Obama did for 7 months in Libya, bomb, bomb, bomb. But we haven't done that yet. But that's a prerogative we can do anytime we want. So we have all the cards. It's just a matter of that we're trying to play it smart and stop ground troops from suffering enormous casualties, or even light casualties. It's just a paranoia because the left, the international left and the domestic left wants to call this off because they want to tell you the truth. They hate Donald Trump more than they like the United States.
And they don't want to see the United States in a powerful position internationally either, especially with energy and control over these straits. Yeah, they admit it. They believe that the United States pollutes the world, so we have to restrain ourselves so we don't do any more damage. What do you make of the internal strife within the regime? The gay Ayatollah passing no. Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing for the United States?
I think it's a very good thing because we have these four factions. We have the theocrats, the elected officials, the Revolutionary Guard, and the regular army. And they're all suspicious of each other because they don't want to seem soft, so they want to be the hardest line. But on the other hand, they want to be soft because they're afraid the whole thing is going to crumble and the people are going to take all their necks for the crimes they've committed against the Iranian people. So they're all paranoid, and they're also worried about who's on the next Israeli hit list. So they're operating in a sense not of confidence, but abject fear, suspicion, and they're at each other's throats. And if they don't want to negotiate under those circumstances, that's fine, because we're squeezing them at $400 or $500 million a day, and we can all, as they're negotiating in bad faith. He said there's not going to be a ship on the sea that's Iranian, or he can say, here's a target list, you take your pick, this is what we're going to do day by day if you're not going to get serious. But again, these are alternatives that we have. They have no alternative other than delay, and it's not working.
Yeah, they can only delay for so long, and each ship we seize is like $200 million found in the Indian Ocean. So they're in real deep trouble. VDH, always a pleasure. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube, and catch full shows streaming now on Fox 1.
Tensions are high as Iran has reportedly seized a ship linked to a billionaire close to President Trump and French President Macron. This follows a tit-for-tat struggle over the Strait of Hormuz. Ceasefire news. President Trump has announced a 3-week extension of a ceasefire between Israel and Lebanon, though the White House notes the situation remains fluid. Hormuz deadlock. There are reports of Hezbollah disarmament deadlocks and the Pentagon warning of Iranian mines threatening key trade routes. National politics and policy. Border funding. Republicans successfully passed a marathon overnight vote on border cash, effectively cutting Democrats out of the final decision-making process for this specific package. California governor race. The debate to replace Governor Gavin Newsom is heating up, with candidates facing criticism over their handling of homelessness. DHS scandal. A high-ranking Department of Homeland Security official has been sidelined following allegations involving a sugar daddy relationship and luxury gifts. Sports and lifestyle. NFL draft. The Los Angeles Rams caused a stir in the first round by selecting an Alabama quarterback, while the Las Vegas Raiders chose Fernando Mendoza with the #1 overall pick. Health. New studies on longevity and sleep health are trending, alongside a surprising report suggesting